Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scraproom, and I'm sharing with you this Christmas layout that I created using the Warm Wishes collection from Vicki Boutin in the December Flavors of the Month kit. I also have the pattern paper and the embellishment add-on here. So this month in the Flavors of the Month kit, you are going to get the 3 sheets of pattern paper, 2 sheets of craft cardstock. I will use that in a very sparing amount, but I am going to add my own white cardstock to this, as well as some ephemera. You're going to get some of the star and heart chipboard pieces. You are going to get some of the thicker puffy phrases, as well as some of the ephemera. So what I spared you the agony of having watched there was I cut out the inside of the pattern paper from the wreath pattern paper from the add-ons, and I am now cutting my circles, or cutting my pictures into circles to go with the circular ornaments that are on that other piece of pattern paper there. So the idea is that I'm going to hang ornaments, including my family pictures. Those I'm going to convert into ornaments within the wreath. Now, I didn't have to remove the background, but this is a very distressed collection, and I needed the white space to be white in order to give your eye somewhere to rest, because this is very busy and I am going to fill it with a number of circles. There's also a lot of color, and because of that amount of color, I decided to convert my pictures to black and white so that the pictures were not competing with all of the color in this wonderful collection. So I want to cut out just various size baubles here, and then also various colors, because I decided to cut the pictures out at, I believe it's 2 inches. I'm sorry, my mistake. That is definitely a 3-inch circle. I wanted to have more of the smaller ornaments so that the pictures would not get lost in the size of all of the other ornaments there. So I am going to choose a variety of colors. The intent was that I actually really wanted to, I'm definitely going to journal on that red one. But then the intent was that I had wanted to use some of the chipboard pieces, and then some of the other ephemera to decorate the baubles. I decided against that, and you'll see as I'm moving further into this layout that I do actually give it a try, but I end up not doing that because it ends up being way too busy for my liking, and so I don't. I have arranged the baubles, as you can see here, in a manner that allows you to have the various sizes as well as the various colors that then emphasize the picture, but also leave enough white space around all of that in order to not have it be overpoweringly busy, all slap bang in the center of the layout. My intent, and you'll see me trace a circle as I tend to do when I want to stitch, is to stitch around the outside of that whole square there in black, just a very simple straight stitch, and again the idea being to add, just to wrap it up, kind of put a bow on it and wrap it up nicely. So I am sticking down the pieces here. Normally I would put some foam under some of those baubles and have them be at various depths, but because I want to be able to draw the black lines that the ornaments are hanging from, I'm not sure that that will work from a dimensional perspective. I also want to, because it's busy, I want to be able to pop the title off, and so I don't put any dimension into the baubles, but I am going to add that dimension that I'm looking for by having some of them overlap. That gives you depth in the layout without actually having built up layered depth, but depth via perception. I hope that makes sense to you. So I am not going to do this on camera, but I am going to just use a fine pen to draw black lines, for the thread that's hanging off of those baubles and suspending them. This is the craft cardstock that I am using to mimic the brown toppers to the other ornaments, so that I have those brown toppers to my photos there. I cut two, but I only end up using one because the way that the ornament on the left, or the photo on the left, hangs, you can't really see. You wouldn't be able to see it. It gets covered. Actually, it is back there. It just gets covered up. And you don't really see most of it. So just a little bit about these photos. So these photos are every year that we decorate the tree. After we are done decorating, I always subject the family to a family photo. And these are the two photos that we happened to like of the plethora that we took. So I have my baubles all set, my ornaments, and now I just want to add a little bit more decoration because, as you can see, it is pretty busy. So I'm using one of the ephemera pieces. This is just a Christmas bell with some holly up the top, and I like how it looks with that pop of yellow, to add a little bit more yellow into the layout because I've got that yellow ornament suspended between the bow. So that is where I add dimension, is behind that, as well as a few of the other elements. The chipboard is also dimension. So I thought I'd try putting things around the outside of the wreath, but you can see it's just too busy, and so that's why I end up tucking that away. So holiday was one of the phrases that came with my ephemera pieces, and so I decided to make the title Holiday Sparkle, because that goes with us sparkling in our ornaments, all dressed up and ready to kick off Christmas behind the sparkly tree there. Originally, I had wanted to put this on the white cardstock itself, but you can see I've filled up that space pretty nicely. And so this actually softens some of the color, and by popping holiday, which takes an awful amount, a lot of time, it breaks it, again, it adds that depth that I'm talking about to the layout in the layers that I want. So it takes an awful, you can see I have my giant roll of foam there, double-sided foam, and because there's so many like ups and downs, mountains and valleys in the word holiday, it takes a little bit to get the foam cut and get each of the letters sufficiently backed so that you don't create a valley and get it depressed as it's in the page protector or in the album. And so I get a fair amount of coverage. And then what also takes a fair amount of time is peeling off the back of that. But it looks really good on the page, and you'll see that much, much better in the close-ups. So if you are new to the Scraproom, this is a kit club. However, you do not need to subscribe. You can buy one-offs. But obviously, if you do subscribe, you get a better price. With the Scraproom Kit Club, you get 4 different collections. You get a few sheets and some embellishments. And what's perfect about that is that you don't get overwhelmed by having the entire collection, and you don't have to make a choice. Rochelle has chosen for you what you get, and I love that things just they come together so quickly, and you really don't need all the things. So this has been a perfect kit for me. And then again, like I mentioned earlier, you can supplement the kit with the pattern paper add-ons, which I always get, as well as the embellishment add-ons, which again, I always get. And I always use it all up. I do a good job killing these kits. You don't see that, but I do. So just the other thing so these are the add-ons. These puffy stickers are what you get as the add-on embellishment for this particular kit. So I'm adding a few of those in just for just a teeny bit more decoration to the page. The outside, the wreath, is very green and red, obviously, and so I just want to put in just a little bit more to that, just to add a teeny splash of color. I don't want too much. And I am also going to, from my stash, use some sequins. These are just clear sequins, just to add a little bit of sparkle, because the title of the layout is Holiday Sparkle, and so I want to add a little bit of sparkle to that, to that to go with the title. When I have sequins, I like to use my Zots bling. You can see I had my medium Zots, but the idea of peeling all of that clear stuff off for the number of sequins that I wanted to use was not something that was very appealing to me at that point in time, so I decided to get out my Zots even though I'm using larger sequins, and that's fine. There's still plenty enough adhesive to them. And also because they are clear sequins, I do like the smaller size. That way it's less obvious. So these are the close-ups, my friends. Enjoy them. If you have any questions about my process and or the kits, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.